You can't manage the house of God. You can't be a pastor. You cannot be a bishop. You cannot be an overseer if you can't manage your own house. So God is making it clear there is a premium on managing and ruling over your house.
Married, you leave your mother and father. You still love them, but you leave them.
The same thing with a husband and a wife. They can't become one if they are deciding to take on other roles other than what God has called them.
Your devotion, your commitment, your emotional attachment, your priority is to your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your grandma, your grandpa, your extended family. When you get married, you leave your mother and father. You still love them, but you leave them. You care for them, but you're not carrying them. And then you shift your priorities to your spouse. Now you're going to cleave with, and the word there is passionately, vigorously, intentionally pursue. So growing up, you're all about your mom and dad and siblings. I love you, but now I'm about my spouse and our kids and the new family that we've started together. That's what it means to leave and cleave.
Genesis 2:24 talked about how the man leaves his father and his mother and is now joined to his wife, and they become one flesh. You can't become one flesh in a marital union if the wife is deciding she's not going to follow that man. There's no way in the world that woman or that man and that woman is going to become one if that woman decides she's not going to follow that man. She's not going to listen to that man. They cannot become one. You can't become one if you're not following the roles that God has given you to become one. See, God and the Christ relationship works because they decided to submit to the roles that God has stated for them. But if Christ all of a sudden decided, oh, I'm not going to follow the roles that God made for me, then they would not be able to operate in the wonderful cohesiveness that they operate in. The same thing with a husband and a wife. They can't become one if they are deciding to take on other roles other than what God has called them to. God has given us a system of operations of how things work. And so we have to work them the way he said to work them. Are y'all hearing me? Okay? And so to become one, the wife has to help the man. If a wife is not helping the man, then they cannot become one.
Lord, what's submission?
I'm about to go there. Watch this. And the wife cannot help the man if the man is not able to tell the wife how she can help him. If he's not teaching the wife how she can help him, they can't become one. Are y'all hearing me? Now, a wife can intuitively look at her husband and say, well, he needs help here, he needs help there. But the husband needs to be able to tell the wife how she can help him. That's what leadership is all about. That's what headship is all about. It's telling the people that are subject to you, submitted, because you asked about submitted, to you, how they can help you to accomplish the ultimate goal. So they have to teach. They have to tell. When you're on a job with a boss, okay, or a company, the company is going to tell you how to do your job. Why are they going to tell you how to do your job? Because you doing your job will help them to accomplish the goal. But if they don't tell you how to do your job, teach you how to do your job, train you how to do your job, you cannot help them. Are y'all following me? Yeah. Okay? So this is very important. But we got a lot of people shaking and baking and twisting it and all this kind of stuff to make it fit into what they want it to fit in, to try to disqualify the man, the husband, from being a teacher, from being a trainer. And the truth of the matter is in 1 Timothy 3, God made it clear about godly husband should operate. And he did that by giving the example of how an overseer or bishop should do. 1 Timothy 3, what does he say? And good overseer. He said, is a faithful saying, verse 1, if a man desires the position of an overseer, a leader, the leader of a church, a bishop, right? But a bishop, watch this, now going to verse 4, must be one who rules his own house well, who manages his own house well. His house is everybody that's in the house, including the wife, the children, the servants, the dog, ZJ, all of them. Huh? That man must rule his house well, right? And manage his house well. What is management? You make the rules.
Follow the rules.
You have the people to follow the rules, and you have consequences for when people break the rules. He says, this person will also have his children in submission with all reverence. For if a man does not know how to rule and manage his own house, how will he take care of the church of God? You can't manage the house of God. You can't be a pastor. You cannot be a bishop. You cannot be an overseer if you can't manage your own house. So God is making it clear. There is a premium on managing and rule over your house. It goes with the same line of thinking that he had in Genesis 3:16, where he says the wife will want to rule or control her husband, but the husband will rule over you. God never left off this. You got to manage your house. And part of management is teaching the people the rules. You got to teach them this is the way things go in this house. Joshua said it where he said, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. What is he saying? He's laying down the edict. He's laying down the commandment. He's laying down the teachings that this is what we're going to do. We're going to serve God. We're not going to serve Buddha. We're not going to serve Muhammad. Huh? We're not going to serve Baal. We're not going to serve a false god. We're not going to serve Pope so-and-so. We're going to serve the living God who sent his son to save our lives. Are y'all hearing me? And so that's what he's saying here. But he's saying, look, if you're going to be a leader, one that could actually even be an overseer or bishop over the house of God, you got to first show me that you can teach your own house. You can train your own house.